Good afternoon, you truth seekers, and welcome to today's brief. If you are hearing my voice, it's because you're looking at the world around you and wondering what the heck is going on and what does this mean for me and my family. Well, I'm here because I would like to try to share some information that I dig up to help maybe prepare you and your family to sustain uh, turbulent times, which are definitely on the rise. Um, so, we're on a journey together because I apply the same information to my life and I do what I can to protect me and my family. Um, so I'd like to start off with this crypto market watch. Bitcoin could reach 1.3 million in this scenario. Van Eck says Bitcoin appears to have a much higher upside than gold. Analysts wrote. Now, if you come down, Bitcoin could reach a price of 1.3 million, while gold may top 31,000 per ounce if the assets become the sole reserve asset across the globe, respectively, according to a new report. If you know, obviously, everybody knows what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, and Putin basically put an end to the petrodollar over there, and he's no longer accepting the U.S. dollar to buy natural resources. Everybody has to buy it within rubles or Bitcoin or gold, which is going to be a very good thing for gold and Bitcoin and the ruble. It can be a very bad thing for the rest of us, for the United States dollar and stocks, bonds, anything that's backed by the U.S. dollar. Um, so gold, 31,000 per ounce. Right now, it's less than $2,000 an ounce. That's a pretty good investment right there. Um, if I were you, I would definitely be investing in gold and silver. Gold could be kind of pricey, um, but honestly, it's not that bad. Let me take you to here. This is another uh, awesome company here, Glint. Okay, this company here allows you. Okay, you fund the company. It's just like a bank. You open an account. You give them your information. They do a little check on you. They make sure you're real, who you are, and they open the account. And you fund the account. You have to fund it with at least $10 in order to order your card here, and they'll send you this card, and you're able to use this card. Now, it has a routing number, an account number, just like a regular bank account, and you can transfer that money either using you can transfer money into the account either using a debit card or an ACH, and it becomes your a bank account, which you're able to spend and everything. Now, the difference between this bank account and other bank accounts is you can take that money that you funded your account and you can buy gold directly in the app, right? You can buy ounces, you can buy grams. It's pretty freaking awesome. And what happens is they actually uh, they allocate that gold to you. Let's see here. Reasons to trust the client. Let's see. They allocate the gold to you, and it's held within a vault in Switzerland. Okay, so they actually have that gold set apart for you. If you so wanted, okay, you can actually, um, where is it? Oh, it doesn't show it, but you can actually request to have the gold sent to your house. You can have them ship it to you, and they will. They'll ship it right to you. Um, but I would recommend not doing that. I recommend not. Don't put all your money into this. Okay, this is still an online. Okay, and it's not your physical possession. But let's say that the banks go on a holiday. Okay, if the banks go on a holiday, um, this account should not be affected by that because this is not your traditional banking. They're not within the traditional banking system. They're outside the banking system, and they're actually based in the UK. So um, if the banks go on a holiday, they're going to be most likely the mainstream retail banking, smaller banks here. They're not on a global scale. It could be. Now, it's not going to be a fix all for everything. If you um, If the internet goes down, there's a good chance you're not going to be able to use it, because the internet is used to use your card and link to the servers to buy your spend your gold or use your cards. So that's not going to do you any good. But if the United States dollar crashes overnight, okay, most likely gold is going to skyrocket, which means your account went from zero to 1,000 in the blink of an eye. So in other words, your value is going to skyrocket as well. So your account, because you backed it up in gold, is going to grow as opposed to a lot of other people who had a bunch of money in their banking account that went down to, you know, let's just say it decreased in value and yours is increased. So I definitely wouldn't recommend putting all your assets or savings into this account, into a bank account, but having something like this with say 5% or something like that allocated, five to 10 grand maybe if you can afford that. But make sure it's less than, it's less than 10% of your reserves in here, right? Just to save. You don't even have to use it. You can actually use this though. If you wanted to, you can set your card inside the app to spend gold. And when you go to the gas station and put gas in your vehicle, it will actually allocate that gold. So you put $100 in. Matter of fact, I just used it the other day. I put $100 of gas. It deducted 1.6007 grams of gold out of my account. That equals $100 because it's about 50. What is it? 62. It was like $62 a gram when I spent, I think. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, it's a good tool. It's a good tool to help. Like I said, the banking institutions right now are very volatile. They are untrustworthy, and I keep zero money in the bank. I actually, instead of asking them to give me money, I go and deposit money when I need to make payments and things like that because I'm not going to trust my money in a bank account. It's just not. It's not there. Anyway, so let's go back here. Let's see another one. Right here, cryptocurrency is another uh, investment I would recommend. Now, we were looking at Bitcoin, correct? So, gold, very good. Bitcoin. Now we're going to get into the Bitcoin, okay? Real prices under pressure, bond yield, okay. Um, as Bitcoin has a maximum supply of 21 million, it is much closer to gold than other cryptocurrencies than the report noted. The crypto could reach a price of 1.3 million calculated using MO and may top 4.8 million using M2. According to the analysis, Bitcoin is trading at around 46,000, up 1% over the past 24 hours, according to CoinDesk data. So Bitcoin appears to have much higher upside than gold. I'm sorry, but you guys, if you guys are um, putting all your investment in gold in Bitcoin, that's not a good idea. That's just not a good idea. Bitcoin. I don't know if you've noticed, but whenever there's a currency reset, they many people have talked about this subject recently. 100% of the time, they reset it to gold. Gold is the only hard asset that's going to maintain value and that's universal and can be used for payments across the world. Okay, no one country owns it, so it's good all over the globe. Um, Now, Bitcoin, there's a problem with Bitcoin, and that problem is nobody even knows who created Bitcoin. Okay, and if they do know, it's big money people who won't who won't disclose that information, and they want it to keep it. They want to keep it a mystery for a purpose. Okay, and I believe at some point, right now, everybody's resetting currencies and they're resetting their portfolios back to things that are hard assets. Okay, if you own anything hard, gold, land, real estate, you're going to fare a little better than most. If you have debt, It's not going to be good because debt is about to go up in the interest rates, and right now they're barely going up a quarter point. It's not going to do anything. They're going to end up getting to 20s. I say the 20 percentile range before, and that's if we even get that far because something's going to take place before then. But for now, we're just going to talk about Bitcoin, crypto, and gold. Bitcoin is not. It's not real. It has no real use case. A store of value like gold, yes, but nothing like gold. No, gold is actually usable. You can make jewelry out of it. It's a real store of value. And not only that, gold is highly manipulated. What do you think the price of gold would be today if it was not manipulated? I'm going to take you to a friend of mine here on Twitter. And Mr. Bull, see this here? Okay, let's go. Where's that? Right here. Okay. 589. Now, the 589 rule is in regards to gold and the paper market. Uh, there's speculation the paper market is 5 times bigger than the actual gold supply on the planet. What does that mean? That means that people who bought paper gold think they actually own that gold. And if something were to take place, an event where the stock market crashes or something happens, these people are going to try to call in their gold. They're going to ask for their supply of gold. And they're not going to be able to do that. It's going to crash the gold market. And they're going to have to reevaluate gold in order to make everything right. And when that happens, that's called the 589 rule. Now, this guy right here, Mr. Poole, he's showing an explosion. He's kind of doing a countdown, and he's basically saying countdown to 589. Okay, that's basically what this symbol, this coded message is saying. Is like we're on a countdown. Time is coming, and then 589 is going to be implemented. When that takes place, uh, most likely it's going to happen at the same time as the dollar's crashing, the stock market's crashing, a lot of things taking place. And that's also, that's going to bring me back to, where'd it go, Mr. Boo? No. Anyways. Oh, Procore noise. I mean, smart Procore noise. Okay, so Ripple off of it. Now, if you're looking into cryptocurrencies, you're going to want to look into cryptocurrencies that actually have use case, that actually have uh, true value. Okay. If you do some research, you're going to find Ripple XRP. Okay, is the true king of crypto. Okay, these guys, Ripple locks 800 million XRP in escrow account today. They've been in charge of their escrow from the beginning, and they have done a really good job. See, some people they'll take all that escrow and they'll sell it and they'll do all kinds of crazy things and they'll try to manipulate their own price and they'll do all these things. Ripple has not done that. Ripple has been pretty responsible, and they've taken the community into account, their consideration. They haven't just been bulldozing and for their own greed and gain. Um, but Ripple has been making deal after deal. Look at unlocking 34 billion market in the Philippines. 34 billion. Right now, Ripple is valuated at $7 billion. Okay, but they have actually been reevaluated, okay, at $15 billion. dollars. Okay. Now, if you go here, link to private investing. This is where you can buy. If you are accredited, you can buy Ripple in this app here. This an investment platform. Okay. And look, you can see these are all the companies that they carry. Now, they have Ripple valuated at 7 billion, but they know that it has been revaluated at 15 billion. So when you buy uh, equity in Ripple, you're buying it at a way discounted price, and that's before it has even blown up yet. Now, why hasn't it blown up? I'm not sure. I think that it's been manipulated. The United States has sick the SEC on them for whatever reason, and they filed a lawsuit. It's a frivolous lawsuit. It's not real. Why they've done it and why they won't let it go yet, I think they're just trying to hold it back for whatever reason. Um, I hope it's nothing too nefarious where they're trying to destroy the United States altogether and any innovation that might come out of it. There's a lot of sketchy things that are in that situation, but XRP, I guarantee that's the one you want to be focused on. XRP is trading right here, 81 cents. Okay. Now, so it has an all-time high. Let's see here. Timeline. History. Ripple continues to plan for the future despite the SEC. Oh, that's funny. Ripple gets personal. SEC battle rages on. $1.30. Look at that. Man, so I'm just telling you, this is a pretty awesome. This is the company right here. This is the one. I have done some research on XRP, and I'm telling you, they continue to pop up, even if I'm not researching finances. Okay, these guys have popped up in conspiratorial manners. Let me just put it that way. I don't want to get too crazy, but XRP is there, and it's going to be there at the end. Okay, and what do you mean? What do I mean by the end? The Great Reset. Whatever is going to happen with our currency, whatever's going to happen with the monetary policy, whatever's going to happen with the financial situation in the world, uh, XRP is there. Okay. And the end, okay, ultimately, here's what we're talking about. When he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature saying, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a black horse, and who sat on him had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard as it were a voice in the center of the four living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine." Revelation 6:6. So this is basically the seventh week of Daniel, seventh seal, judgments of the 7 year tribulation. In the end, these things are going to be taking place. And if you've been paying attention to the market, wheat is starting to go up because of the war, because of the uh, supply chain crisis, and all those things that have been taking place over the last couple of years. This is happening, and it's directly affecting wheat, grain, barley, okay, anything, everything. And this is what it's ultimately going to add up to, okay, a day's wage for a loaf of bread. And this is why I'm trying to share information to help people get ready, prepare. We need to be prepared, okay. The number one thing besides the finances that people need to worry about is their standing with God, Jesus Christ. If you have accepted Him as your Lord and Savior, then you're going to be fine. God will take care of us, and ultimately, He's going to take us before this gets too bad. If you don't know Jesus Christ, you're going to have to live through this whole thing, and hopefully, at some point, you get to know Him. Your ending might not be as awesome as being taken up into the clouds, but regardless, your everlasting life, your reward at the end will be there. So, if you don't know Jesus, I couldn't scream at you loud enough. Find out who he is. Find out what he did for you. Find out why he did it. And and it also gives you an insight to all this that's going on here. Okay? These things are taking place, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Here is this is the reset. Okay? This is the mentality behind the reset. Modern monetary theory is now the rule. Until recently, I had no idea about this theory. Now that I understand what it is, so many things make sense. I understand why authorities have no problem printing and spending more money to solve any problem that arises. I understand why Bernie Sanders and other radical leftists have no problem advocating for universal health care, universal government paychecks, universal everything. In short, modern monetary theory, MMT, is the belief that by printing more money, any economic problem can be mitigated. I'm getting sick of that world. It is the anti-orthodox macroeconomic framework which says that any monetarily sovereign country does not need taxes or borrowing for spending since they can print as much as they need and are the monopoly issuers of the currency. A monetary sovereign country is one that has exclusive, unlimited power to create their sovereign currencies. The US, the UK, Canada, and Australia, Japan, China, and the European Union are entities that are monetarily sovereign. Because, oh yeah, let's continue. Whatever. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because the U.S. is monetary sovereign, it never needs to tax or borrow according to the premise of the theory. It can just print money to pay its bills. Theoretically, the country can never be pushed into insolvency. To quote one source, everything you believe about your personal finances, debts, deficits, spending, affordability, savings, and budgeting are inappropriate to U.S. federal finances. For this reason, your personal intuition about U.S. financing likely is wrong. You know what? Real quick, I want to see something because it says right here. You see what this says? Theoretically, the country can never be pushed to insolvency. What does that mean? Theoretically, it can never go bankrupt, right? That's what it says. Let's check something out real quick together. U.S. files bankruptcy. I just want to check this out real quick because which one? Let's see. U.S. Bankruptcy Court's Business Non-Business File Chapter of the Bankruptcy Code. Federal Court Finder. Okay, this is not what I was looking for. Let's see here. Okay, this is can the United States of America file bankruptcy? I'm looking for something here. There's something specific. Here we go. 10 years to the day of the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City and Pentagon in Washington, D.C., President Barack Obama made a stunning announcement to the General Assembly of the United Nations that the United States was filing for bankruptcy and for protection along the lines of what is provided in the Chapter 11 provisions of the United States Bankruptcy Code. As Greece had sought and received protection from the European Union, Obama said that the United States was seeking the same from the world's financial communities. In a sober but calm voice, Obama said, due to economic challenges facing our large foreign creditors, China and Japan, as well as internally facing the Federal Reserve and all of their demands for repayment, the U.S. Treasury had no other choice than to file for bankruptcy and follow the provisions in Chapter 11 of the United States Bankruptcy Code. The president explained real cooperation and collaboration between the Republican and Democratic parties never materialized, and consumer confidence needed to drive the economy didn't come back as hoped for, and sustained levels of unemployment all added to this decision. Now, um, I just think that's an interesting story. I can't find it right now, but I actually looked. I've seen the actual court documents that show that the United States filed for bankruptcy. What does that even mean? Because we haven't really seen or heard anything different. These are things that take place behind the scenes, and they might make a huge difference. I mean, there could have been word verbiage in that chapter 11 that put us under the thumb of another nation or another entity to repay a certain amount of that debt back. I mean, bankruptcy, according to the creditors, can be structured in different ways. When it comes to a corporation of a supposed nation, that is a whole different beast. I mean, I don't know. It's just interesting that this says this happened in 2011. That's after the financial collapse, right? And since then, the banks have been hard at work. We don't see it, but they've been changing legislation and policies. Did you know that the banks, um, in the event of a catastrophic event worldwide, they are able to basically use the military. These people can use the military and do what is it confiscations of assets. Now, what is an asset? Anything. Okay, gold, silver, crypto, property. Okay, land. They're going to be able to take anything they want, and they're going to use military force to do it. Now, here in the United States, there is a population, a population that is armed, and that wouldn't sit well. That wouldn't sit well with us. I hope, we've allowed a lot of things to take place already, and not a lot of standing up has been done. We were the last ones to stand up out of the whole world. Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all these countries, Austria have been standing up, and then finally the United States gets up. Okay, I guess we'll get up off our fat asses and we'll go say something. Uh, but too little, too late, honestly. And who knows what's going on with that trucker convoy? You don't hear anything about it because the media's gone dark. Uh, so there's a lot of things that are going on that we don't see and we don't know. Um, there is so many moving parts to this whole thing, and a lot of people are just looking for some truth, which is really hard to find these days. And guess what? They're getting ready to shut it down. Watch this. Check this out. o'clock. Here we go. Where is it? I don't know. Bill C4. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. Bill C11. Canada's House passes internet censorship bill. Wait, this is C36. What is that? In a late night vote, Bill C10 would let the Canada Radio, Television and Communications Commission regulate the internet and social media in line with their regulations for broadcasting services. Do you understand what this means? This is why I'm creating this channel and I'm trying to get information out now because this is coming. This is going to be coming. They want control of everything. They keep talking about a cyber event, right? Okay, there's a lot of information on in the internet, and they don't want that information circulating anymore. They want to control the narrative, and they don't want nobody asking questions or getting information that they can't control. So they're going to shut it all down. They're going to crash the internet, and they're going to everything is going to be controlled from that point on. So that's why I decided to try to get some information out now and see how it goes. Hopefully, somebody hears what I say and it helps them survive another day. Uh, but yeah, once again, gold. Now, here's the thing: as far as the monetary financial situation collapse, okay. If you can't gold, okay, like I said, it's like $62 an ounce. Silver is like $27 an ounce. Okay, so you can buy silver as well. And silver usually has much greater returns. So if say gold shoots up to $32,000 an ounce, well, what is that? About a 15 time 15 multiple 15 times where it's at. Okay, so silver could have um, tens of thousands of percent gains. So $27 an ounce, it could go up to 2,000. Okay, 2,000. That's 1,000% gain. Okay, it can go higher than that. You know what I mean? It can go to 10,000. That's a lot. It's a huge. So silver can have a huge move, and it's a lot more affordable. You want to get silver? Go with silver. Um, I recommend owning a little of each, or maybe more silver than gold, but still have some gold. Um, but definitely invest in something and also invest in yourself. Okay, invest in knowledge, invest in information, seeking the truth. Okay, we're here to seek the truth. We're not here to get involved in politics and playing games and more hate between the people. Okay, the Bible says that nation will rise up against nation, and what it talks about in that specific instance, it's not talking about this country against that country. It's talking about people groups, which means what are they doing with CRT? They have created this environment amongst the civil society to raise this person against that person depending on this belief and that belief. So you got politics, you've got color of the skin, you've got side of the political aisle, you've got uh, just rich against poor, the haves and the haves. Everybody's against somebody for everything. Everybody's there's just a war between the people, and that's what they want because they're going to be easier to manage, and they can also they'll believe anything. Okay, and there's a lot more to this conversation, but I'm going to try to keep it there. I've been rambling on quite a bit about a few different things. I wanted to keep this strictly to financial. I started to go a little bit deeper, but let's keep it to the financials for now. There's a lot more going on and so many more topics that you can get into just following this rabbit down the hole. But for now, worry about protecting you and your family, okay, financially. There's some hard times coming. Stock up on food as much as you're able to. Solar. Uh, I recommend having solar, but I recommend having backup batteries because the solar, well, you know what? Yeah, the solar panels, they're going to shut down with the grid. If the grid goes down, they shut down with it because if there's any working that's taking place on the power lines, they say it's to protect the workers because they'll backfeed into the workers and kill them. I don't believe that. I think that's just their way of control. But if you have backup batteries, your panels will by default charge those batteries, so you still will have power when others do not. So I would recommend that food and water. Okay, those are the number one things you need to survive. Uh, and just be prepared. Guns and ammo. Um, we're still a free nation, and hopefully we stay that way. But the Bible doesn't say that we do. It says that we all become one world. So, and it's not fun and it's not pretty. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope all y'all stay free and keep charging. Keep looking up information. Keep feeling your knowledge bull. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there, y'all. Have a good day. Thanks for listening.